Welcome everybody to Ridiculously Raw, the most must-see show on YouTube today. Hello, friends. Your ridiculously overgood brother Anthony Florio here, joined by my panel this evening, the phenom Michael Bullock and the twisted angel Dee Woodson. Unfortunately, good old MF Michael Fletcher will not be joining us this evening due to work commitments beyond his control. He will, however, be back with us tomorrow night for the Cerebral Smack Talk. We'll have more on that later. But Monday Night Raw, off the heels of a very disappointing backlash event last night from the newly renovated Nassau Coliseum in Long Island, New York, on the USA Network. Oh, I can honestly say, far better show. That's all I can say on that. So, not the best, but it was definitely better than last night. We started it off with an in-ring segment. We had General Manager Kurt Angle. He was getting ready to set the table for Money in the Bank. He gets interrupted by Braun Strowman. Strowman pleaded his case about, you know, having a chance at the match, and then Kevin Owens shows up. He whines and cries about getting a shot at the match. And then Kurt Angle made the match Braun Strowman against Kevin Owens. So 2-for-1 deal, Braun Strowman against Kevin Owens. Winner of the match, 13 minutes and 40 seconds. The monster among men, Braun Strowman, he gets it done with the power slam. All right. The segment was a decent opening segment. I mean, Angle's line about how the WWE runs all year long was a bit much. It's not because it puts money in Vinnie Mac's pockets to have his crew on the road all year long. It's all about the fans. There's much of a turnoff as the way they spent time last night talking about the travel schedule that the talent has had lately, which has been, very strenuous, if I do say so myself. Praise God, I don't do it. But which is about to be even worse because they're going to be going to Europe later this week for a 2-week tour. So, but it was a decent opening segment. I'll give it that. As far as the match is concerned, about 2.5 to 3 would be my rating on this. I mean, it was a much longer and more competitive match than any of us would have thought. Owens still showed fear of Strowman and would have been content to take a count out loss and walk away, but it was certainly better than a typical squash style loss for Owens. And it's also nice that the broadcast team was not gushing over that lousy backlash pay-per-view last night. And the company made the call to move right on from that show quickly, even though we've got 6 weeks between now and Father's Day night, which is Money in the Bank in Chicago, the IWC capital of the world. So you know how hella fun that's going to be. If 7 years ago wasn't any indication, well, I don't know. So, decent opening segment. The fight was about 2.5 to 3. So, Michael Bullock, come on in. Let's get your thoughts on this. I mean, our man did it again. I mean, next to Rollins, I mean, no one's been on a better roll than our man, the monster among men. So Bullock, come on in. Let's get your thoughts and unmute your mic. It's your thought. Bullock, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, as far as the segment goes, I mean, I do agree. I mean, I thought it was a fine segment for what it was. I mean, basically, I mean, Angle talking about everything, and then of course setting the table for the upcoming Money in the Bank pay per view, and basically saying we're gonna have two qualifying matches, and then Braun Strowman comes out, and then he says he wants his involvement in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Then Kevin Owens comes out, and he wants in it. So Angle's like, "All right, we'll put the two of you in a match." And yeah, so as far as the match goes, 2.5 to 3. I thought it was a good opening match. And yeah, I mean, Braun Strowman now seals his spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So, and he's definitely going to be the odds-on favorite. So, yeah, nothing more to say. D.D. Woodson, I give it to you.
Yeah, the segment was okay. Not the best in the world, but basically it was storyline driven and very much needed so that we would know, what was going on with having the 2 matches tonight. The first match with KO and Strowman, it's a good match. Strowman, pretty much doing what he's done every other time he's been in a match with Kevin Owens. He has just ran over him like a train. So, Kevin did put up a pretty good fight in this one. A couple of times there, he got pretty close. No cigar. Strowman still comes out on top. So I'll agree with the rating and let's move on.
And of course, what's ridiculously raw without a cutout or two? And this is definitely a cutout here. Baron Corbin in the Revival against No Way Jose and Titus Worldwide. Baron Corbin in the Revival picking up the win in about 4 minutes and 55 seconds. I probably would have gone like maybe 1.5 to 2 for that one. I mean, it was essentially a showcase for Corbin, who got his win back from No Way Jose. So let's move on to one of our big matches of the night. Triple threat, Money in the Bank qualifying match on the women's side. Now, before we get into this, I just want to address quickly both Money in the Bank ladder matches. We're going to have 2, one for the men and one for the women. 8 participants each, 4 from Raw and 4 from SmackDown Live. So let's address that elephant in the room. There will be more, and SmackDown Live will have 3 qualifying matches tomorrow night. We'll address that at the end of the show. But in this first match, we had the Boss, Sasha Banks, Ember Moon, and of course, My Punk Princess and Dark Angel, Ruby Riott. Winner of the match in 10 minutes and 40 seconds. And the first entrant into the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, Ember Moon. Michael Bullock, I mean, we had a lot of fun with this during our Raw chat tonight. I mean, what a great triple threat match between these 3 ladies tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this was definitely we definitely had a lot of fun with this this match. What was the time of the fall again, Florio?
10 minutes and 40 seconds.
All right. I'll give it 3 stars. I mean, I thought it was really good. I'll even go 3 to 3 1/4. I mean, I thought it was a great job by all 3 of these women. No big surprise for me anyway. I mean, I knew Ember Moon was probably going to win this one, and what a big moment for her. Now she is going to be in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match and is a step closer to getting that contract and hopefully becoming the Raw Women's Champion. So, yeah, so there's really nothing more for me to say. 3 1/4 is my rating. D.D. Woodson, how did you feel about this match?
I'll say this much: all hell broke loose. We had a segment earlier in the night. No, we didn't. That was last night. Never mind. After the segment and everything last night, and Banks not wanting Bayley to come out and help, all of a sudden she comes out tonight because the Riot Squad pretty much just was destroying everyone. And of course they destroyed her as well, but it was enough for Ember Moon to put the pin on Riot. And for me, I'm giving it 3.5 stars, a solid 3.5 stars, because I thought it was a very good match. And the best woman definitely won the match. It's nice to see a fresh face going into the Money in the Bank qualifier. So I even enjoyed the little interview that they had backstage at the end. That was very well done by Amber. So not much more I had to say about it. Florio, it's yours.
3 to 3 1/4 stars. This was a very good match. I mean, yeah, the crowd was quiet for a good portion of the bout. the women deserved better for the strong match and effort. In the fans' defense, the Bank's character has been all over the place lately, and Moon is new to the main roster, so they didn't really have a reason to choose sides. I mean, of course, they eventually became distracted by something happening amongst them, and many fans deemed a mystical sequence that started with the Bank's dive on Logan and Morgan. The fans' reaction to the finish, but it's a shame they didn't give this match their full attention because it was a really fun match. But the crowd in Jersey may not, I mean, the crowd in Long Island may not have been into it, but we all were definitely into it. So I got to give that 3 to 3.25 at least. Yeah, so then there was a backstage interview. There was a vignette with Renee Young and Bobby Lashley. We're not going to get into that. Another cutout match here. Jinder Mahal, or as Bullock and I like to call him, Jinder Mahal, went up against Chad Gable. Jinder Mahal wins the match 4 minutes and 10 seconds with a Khallas. Obviously, they wanted to give him the win back. So that's all there is to it. And then we had another cutout match. Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler against Heath Slater and Rhino. Ziggler and McIntyre win it 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And now we're back into the relevant stuff here. Bobby Roode against Elias. Bobby Roode scores the win. 10 minutes, 25 seconds. Didi Woodson, your thoughts on this one? This was actually good.
This was actually good, and but the win, of course, wasn't that big of a surprise, at least not to me. But yeah, the match was very well done. I did thoroughly enjoy it. Also enjoyed the little in-ring interview afterwards. I'm going to give it 2 to 2.5 stars for the glorious winning that we had of Bobby Roode. So not much more I'm going to say about it. I'll toss it back to you.
2.5 to 3. Although I think I was leaning towards 3 in this one when Bullock and I had our Raw chat there. Solid fight here. I mean, I think it was one of the better efforts. I mean, don't really know how to put it into words exactly, but yeah, definitely. This was one of the few highlights of the night here, no question about it. And just trying to find my notes here. Just give me one moment here. Slow loading. Okay. I believe I gave this 2.5 to 3 on this. Yes. Yeah, 2.5 to 3. That's definitely my rating for the match. I'm glad Bobby finally got the win back here, and who knows what's next for him. Hopefully, Bobby Roode will figure his way into the Money in the Bank ladder match. So we'll find out. But it was definitely glorious. So with that being said, Bullock, come on in. Let's get your thoughts. 2.5 to 3 is my rating. Time of the fall, 10 minutes, 25 seconds.
Yeah, I'll give it 2.5 to 3 as well. I mean, I thought this was, I thought it was a good match, and yeah, definitely Bobby Roode needed to get the win after losing the last couple of times to Elias. So yeah, and he also said that he made his intentions that he wants to be in that Money in the Bank ladder match. So whether that happens, that remains to be seen. But I think for right now, Florio, this victory for Bobby Roode was absolutely glorious.
Can I get a hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. So
let's move right along.
And we move on to what we thought was going to be we thought it was going to be basically an in-ring segment with the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion and the workhorse of Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins. We got the good promo here, and he issues an open challenge, and it was answered by Mojo Rawley. And we were thinking, oh boy, this is going to be a blech fight. Looks can be deceiving. Because we had the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship match, Seth Rollins defending against Mojo Rawley. Of course, Seth Rollins wins the match. It was not as easy as you thought. It took him 10 minutes and 55 seconds, nearly 11 minutes to win the match. This, to me, was the second best fight of the night. I got to give this a good 3.25 to 3.5 stars. This was a sleeper fight of the night. Very nice match. I shouldn't be surprised that Rawley's best outing to date came when he was in the ring with Seth Rollins. Even so, I can honestly say that was the best showing I've seen from Mojo Rawley yet. Yes, he's done nothing since winning the Andre Battle Royal at WrestleMania 33, but finally, they made him look good. And credit that to the Kingslayer. I mean, just as I could not have any more respect for Seth Rollins, he finds me a new way to respect him even more. I mean, you wonder why I call him the workhorse and the soldier of Monday Night Raw. Look what he did. He took a nothing talent like Mojo Rawley, and I mean nothing talent, and he made him look so good. He made him look like damn near like $1 million tonight. That is a testament to the work ethic of the Kingslayer. He made Mojo Rawley look incredible. Hopefully, it'll be the start of bigger and better things for Mojo. I mean, I'm hopeful that he'll have more opportunities down the road to prove himself. Hopefully he'll deliver like he did tonight. But credit that to the Kingslayer. He was the one who made it look good. So 3.25, 3.5 stars. Second best fight of the night. I mean, man, what a surprise. I mean, Michael Bullock, we were damn near getting ready to take a snooze during this fight, but what's this? Rollins actually made Mojo look good? What?
Yeah, I mean, this certainly caught us by surprise. I mean, going into this, we all thought this was going to be a snoozer, that this was going to be one of the worst fights of the night. But damn, I gotta give major props to Seth Rollins here. I mean, he really made Mojo look really good in this match. So yeah, and all I can say is now I hope we see more of these Intercontinental Championship Open challenges. So we'll just have to wait and see on it. So, but anyway, 3 to 3.5. Yeah, so there's really nothing more for me to say. So let's move right along, Florio.
You forgot about Didi Woodson there.
I'm sorry. Didi Woodson, it's yours. I'm sorry.
2 nights in a row. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll agree with the rating. Rollins did make Mojo look very, very well tonight. So, and it was a very good match. Very solid. And, this open challenge thing, I think this is going to be a good thing. It all started with John Cena on the U.S. title. Now we've got just about everybody who gets a title wanting to do it. So I think this is going to be a good thing with Rollins doing this. And we'll see if he does it every week or if he just does it every so often. But, this was still a very solid match. So not much more I have to say about it. Now we can move on.
Yes, indeed. And hopefully this will be a weekly thing going forward with Seth Rollins and the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship Open Challenge. He does that. Bada boom. For the first time in ages, that title is prestigious again. So thank you, Rollins. That's all there is to say on that. And I'm so damn glad to have him on Monday Night Raw. SmackDown Live, hey, you had an opportunity to get him, but you blew it. That's all there is to say on that. So, hallelujah. So let's move on now. I believe I believe it is main event time here. Let me see. Actually, no, we do have a cut. We have one more cut out here. Raw Tag Team Champions, the leader of worlds, Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. Easy win over Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Nothing more to say on that. Let's move on to the main event of the evening. The other triple threat, Money in the Bank qualifying match on the men's side. Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns. Winner of the match in 15 minutes and 25 seconds. And joining Braun Strowman in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, Finn Balor. Whoa. Michael Bullock. I mean, what do we make of this? Finn Balor wins it with our favorite move, Kudraka.
Yeah, this was definitely a crazy ladder match. I mean, a crazy qualifying match to say the very least. I'm going to give it about 3.5 to maybe 3 3/4 of a star. This was definitely a very good main event, very good way to close out the show. I mean, basically, Roman Reigns, I mean, it looked like he was well on his way to securing his spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match until Jinder Mahal, or as Florio and I like to call him, Jinder Mahal, basically interfered and took Roman Reigns out of the equation, and basically Finn Balor took advantage of it, hit his finisher, and now is in the Money in the Bank ladder match, joining the monster among men, Braun Strowman. So, yeah, so a good main event here. So definitely 3.5 stars. So Didi Whitson, let's move on to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3 3/4. It was a very, very good match. Definitely, I would definitely even go as far as the match of the night. It was overall good and a lot of fun interactions. Love the fact that Balor is now back in the title picture, finally getting a chance to regain the title, but a chance to regain the title that he lost after only holding it for one night. Overall, remember, he was the very first Universal Champion, and he's never been able to recapture that ever since. So he's finally getting back up to that point to where if he wins this Money in the Bank, he's actually going to get that chance once again. So yeah, this is definitely very good for Balor, very good match overall, which was surprising because I wasn't sure how it was going to come out with Zayn being kind of thrown into it, because I know Roman can hold his own, I know Balor can hold his own. I didn't see Zayn as that quality that you get out of the other two, so kind of surprising, but very, very good match. So, 4 Richards.
Yeah, this was the fight of the night. Absolutely. 3.5 to 4 stars. Very good main event with some fun interactions. And Finn Balor winning felt like the right call here, without question. I mean, entertaining match. I mean, so many great near falls, especially that ending stretch. We all thought Roman was going to go over, but no. Finn Balor wins it. Nice surprise. No doubt about it. So we'll see what happens. But 3.5 to 4, fight of the night, without a doubt. So now let's move on to our overall review of Monday Night Raw this evening. Didi Whitson, we'll start it off with you. Let's get your quick overall thought for the show tonight.
Yeah, I really kind of enjoyed the show. I mean, it wasn't the best in the world, no, but hats off that they actually did a lot of storyline progression in this and creating, the new storylines for the upcoming pay-per-view. Yeah, we had some very low points and some stuff that really, didn't really seem like it had a place in the show at all. But still, it was a very strong a very strong Raw. I'm gonna go probably 6.5 for the show. Maybe teetering towards 6 3/4. But it was a very strong show, very storyline based. And I guess there's not much more I'm going to have to say on this. So I will see you all tomorrow night. Good night, guys.
All right, good night, Dee Dee. We'll see you tomorrow night, immediately following SmackDown Live tomorrow night, 10 p.m. So that's the time that MS.
Yep, I heard that last night.
All right, just wanted to be sure. All right, we'll see you.
Yeah, okay. Good night.
Yep, good night. 6.5 to 7 out of 10 is my rating. Tonight's Raw was a solid show featuring some fallout from Backlash, the start of the build to Money in the Bank, some good action, some good wrestling, and setting the stage for the next 6 weeks. Easily more enjoyable than Backlash. Main event fight of the night, Rollins and Mojo. Where did that come from? Wow. And very good women's triple threat. And, a few other things were all right. So there's really nothing more to say on that. So 6.5 to 7, that's my rating. So Bullock, let's get you a quick rating, and then I'll get into my Tony's take.
Yeah, 6.5 to 7 out of 10. I mean, this was definitely a good, solid show tonight. I mean, yeah, Rollins and Mojo Rawley definitely really surprised all of us. And definitely was the sleeper fight of the night, no doubt about it. I mean, all the other matches were good. I mean, yeah, we did have some cutouts, but other than that, I thought they did really good. So 6.5 to 7 out of 10. So with that being said, Florio, it's time for your Tony's take.
205 Live starts it off, and we had Hideo Itami and Akira Tozawa against Brian Kendrick and Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Gallagher and Kendrick win the match, 8 minutes and 2 seconds, 2 3/4 stars. Pretty good match with Kendrick and Gallagher picking up another win, and looks like Splitsville for Itami and Tozawa. Then we had a squash match, Buddy Murphy against some loser named Liam Louie. Beat him in 1 minute and 45 seconds via referee stoppage. Okay. And then in the main event, Drew Gulak against Kalisto. Drew Gulak wins the match, 12 minutes and 50 seconds, 3.5 stars. Another very good main event. 3 weeks in a row, we get a damn good main event. We had that 5-star tornado tag in Providence when we went to that. And then another classic with that gauntlet match. And then Gulak and Kalisto, 3.5 stars. Very good main event. They played well off of last week's meeting in the gauntlet bout, mixing the two styles well. Gulak, he is really locked in right now, delivering good promos and also delivering in the ring. It's a blast to see him succeeding so much. And I think he would be a wonderful challenger down the road for Cedric Alexander in the Cruiserweight Championship. Next week, Buddy Murphy will go one-on-one with Mustafa Ali. And we're also going to have Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher against Lince Dorado and Grand Metalik. So 2 very good matches to look forward to tomorrow night. 7.25 out of 10. Good show, working back to the 3-match formula that they started after the tournament. Solid to good opener with storyline implications. A squash match to get Buddy Murphy back on track, and a very good main event. And then on top of that, the fact that they set up 2 matches for next week, and it's easily a good hour of television. So without a doubt, 7.25 out of 10 is the correct rating for this show here. So now let's get into Impact Wrestling. And I got to tell you, one match in particular that really stood out to me, and we're going to get into that in a moment. Opening match, we had we had an in-ring segment with Eli Drake, interrupted by World Heavyweight Champion Pentagon Jr. Solid opening segment to set up the title match for this upcoming week. Drake is having to work extra hard these days to heal up his promos, and who knows, maybe a face turn could be coming sooner rather than later. Because he's very over with the fans, no doubt about it. KM and Falaba against OVE. OVE wins 3 minutes 45 seconds. 2-star bout. It was okay, even amusing at times. Taya Valkyrie against Kiera Hogan. Kiera Hogan wins by disqualification in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. No rating to a dud. Not much of a bout. It was really an angle to get Tessa Blanchard over as a dominant heel. It was fine, but Taya felt like a complete afterthought and feels lost in the shuffle. And then they had a video package of Brian Cage in a 4-way match in Australia. He's a 275-pound man. And the only reason I'm addressing this is because this 275-pound monster actually did a tope con hilo. Oh, I wish I could find the video to show it to Bullock. I mean, because that's Bullock's favorite move. He loves that tope con hilo. And wait till you see a 275-pounder doing it. Here comes the match I've been waiting about. 6-man tag team match. Lucha Libre rules. Drago, Phantasma, and Aerostar against DJZ, Desmond Xavier, and Andrew Everett. DJZ, Desmond Xavier, and Andrew Everett win it in 16 and a half minutes. Fight of the night, 4 stars. More of this. Now, I don't want every X Division bout to be exactly this, but this is the kind of wild multi-man bout that they have the talent to pull off. There is nothing wrong with a tremendously fun spot fest of a fight to highlight the great talents like this. They should really be opening shows with a hot match like this. This was really great with tremendous near falls, dives, and everyone getting some time to shine. Go out of your way to see this fight. This was incredible. 16 and a half minutes, 4 stars, fight of the night. Wow. Incredible. X Division title on the line, Matt Sydal against Taiji Ishimori. Matt Sydal successfully defends the title in about 12 minutes. Second best fight of the night, 3.25 stars. Good and fun title match, with Sydal continuing his role as champion. And I also dig that he has a viable alternative finish as it opens up his matches even more. Su Yung against Rosemary. No contest in 1 minute and 10 seconds. No rating to a dud. It was all about the angle here, and in that regard, it was very good. Rosemary knew the score and was willing to sacrifice herself for Allie, but didn't want her there to see it. But Allie loves her best friend so much and had to try and save her because she's a good person. But unfortunately, her insistence on trying to help her led to her being traumatized as her friend was placed into the coffin. So, yeah, so 7.5 out of 10. This was a very good show with some very good angle advancement, that unbelievable Lucha 6-man, and a nice lineup set for next week. Thumbs up for me, without a doubt. So, Impact Wrestling coming up this week. I mean, what can we expect? Oh, find out. Okay. El Hijo del Fantasma against Aerostar, Drago, and Taiji Ishimori. DJZ and Andrew Everett against LAX. Congo Kong against Grado. Su Yung and Ali for the Knockouts Championship. And then Impact World Championship on the line. Pentagon Jr. and Eli Drake. Definitely a show you don't want to miss. Thursday night today on Pop Television. So that will put the bow on this edition of Ridiculously Raw. We want to thank you all so very much for tuning in. Of course, tomorrow night, 10 p.m., immediately following SmackDown Live, over on MF's channel, BraceFan 95, it will be the Cerebral Smack Talk. 3 big qualifying Money in the Bank matches for SmackDown Live. We got The Miz going up against the United States Heavyweight Champion Jeff Hardy. Rusev going up against Daniel Bryan. And on the women's side, Peyton Royce against Charlotte Flair. That all goes down on SmackDown Live and Cerebral Smack Talk immediately following the show tomorrow night with MF on BraceFan 95. We don't know if there'll be a Mikey's Mindset, but we'll find out soon enough. And then from there, Friday night, we got Strictly Sports. Eric Ferreira, he released the docket. And yeah, we got an interesting show coming up. We're back to our normal docket shows. We got Matt Ryan signing an extension with the Atlanta Falcons, Ichiro retiring, the LA Dodgers throwing a combined no-hitter down in Mexico, David Fizdale, the new head coach of the New York Knicks. We'll preview the NHL Western Conference Finals, and if necessary, we'll preview the NBA Conference Finals, and we'll also have our first of many Major League Baseball power rankings for this season. So that's it. And then of course next week we got Ridiculously Raw. So there you go. So that's it. So until tomorrow night for the Cerebral Smack Talk over on the next channel, Racefan 95. Immediately following SmackDown Live, it's your ridiculously over good brother Anthony Florio here for the Phenom Michael Bullock, and in spirit, good old MF Michael Fletcher, the Twisted Angel Didi Woodson, and our Imperial Grand Poobah himself, Derek Ferreira. You know the routine, everybody. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah, throw it up Fortune 4 style. Bye for now, my friends. God bless. Be good to each other. Have a blessed Tuesday, and until tomorrow night for the Cerebral Smack Talk, you've been watching Ridiculously Raw right here on the Tone 25 on YouTube.com. And remember, no matter what anyone tells you, wrestling is indeed actually real. For everybody who's been a part of this one, for now, Anthony Florio, so long, and bye, everybody. Bye.